Hello pretties, welcome to Websville. So I feel like this is everyone's most exciting video of the year. It's mine. It's also the most labor intensive video of the year. It's mine as well. Anyway, this is my makeup inventory and I will be including photos. They'll be somewhere over here. There might be several photos per category, so just kind of keep an eye on for that. Just depends how large that category is for me. I do take after Jessica Lee. I'm gonna leave her channel down below. Actually, she just did her makeup inventory because I stole her idea of like how to categorize her like each category, whether it's a green, yellow, or red category. So a green category would be 0 to 5, 6 to 10, it's a yellow category, and 11 plus is a red category. The only categories that I'm okay technically at being in red are the single shadows and eyeshadow palettes. Everything else I am striving to be at green or yellow. So there's that. I've also decided to rearrange my lip categories, and I mentioned this in my mid-year inventory, but it's official now, and I like rearranged it accordingly. And what I did is I added lip stains, and so some things got rearranged that technically I had some in liquid lipsticks, and I think technically I had some in like lip tinted balms. Really weren't either of those. They were actually lip stains, so take that with a grain of salt. My numbers in the lip category have drastically shifted because of that, so just kind of keep an eye on that. And then I decided to add some new categories that at some point I had nail polish, but I had taken it off, and I have decided to add it again. And then I added another one that's called nail sets, and I'll show you pictures of what I mean. I have some like horror nail sets. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, which is like the I guess they're like stickers and like nail polish stickers. And then I have actual like glue sets, like nail sets, and then I have a couple that are like the tab nail sets. I'll go over that in a second later when we get to that. So some new categories. I'm just kind of giving you guys the heads up. Things are gonna be a little different, okay? And anyway, let's get started. All right, so for my 2024 in January, I had, for foundation, I had 6 foundations. It was a yellow category. My goal was to be a 5, bring it back down to green. That did not happen. And I am currently at 7. My goal is once again to be at 5, bring it to a green category. At the mid-year check-in, I had 6 foundations. I actually did finish a foundation, so it technically was green for a second, except for the fact that I ended up buying 2, which I'm not mad about. I bought the Patrick Ta as well as the House Labs, and I'm very happy. These are the best shade matches that I've ever found. This one's slightly off, this one's better shade match, and I honestly love both foundations, so I'm not mad about it. I am trying to finish from the foundations that you're gonna see up there. I'm gonna try to finish this one from ColourPop as well as the Sticks foundation from ColourPop, and this really should not be a problem because I'm more than halfway done on both of them, so it should be honestly very realistic for me to be able to finish both. Additionally, spoiler alert, I am going into a no buy into 2025, so really no product should be coming in. And I say no product like this because if you've ever been around from any of my no buys, I do allow myself to receive gifts, and I do repurchase stuff. So, but technically, honestly, I should not be needing any foundation all of next year. So I should be able to finish those 2 no problems and bring that to a green category. And then we have concealer. Sorry. So in 2024, at the beginning of the year, in January, I had 6 concealers. My goal was to bring it down to 3. What I'm actually at is 4 though. So I'm not mad about it. The goal is still to bring it down to 3. So I just did my Project Pan finale. You should have seen that before this one on Sunday. So what I did for I am trying to finish these 2 concealers next year, but I am planning on repurchasing this one. It's just in the correct shade. This is not the correct shade, but I am trying to finish this one. I'm not going to repurchase this one, and I am pretty far along on this REM one, so I feel like it shouldn't be too long. I'm hoping that by the mid-year check-in, both of these will actually be gone, because I am kind of like halfway done through this concealer already. So I feel like I should be able to do that by halfway through the year. So we'll find out. And then that would hopefully bring me to where I need to be. So for concealer in the mid-year check-in, I was actually at 5 concealers. So not so hot. But again, we finished at 4 and I'm confident about that. I ended up buying 1 concealer, which I think was the Natasha Denona concealer, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm so glad I did. It was a perfect concealer. And then I finished 2 concealers already this year. So honestly, I'm pretty happy with those numbers. Okay, and then that's a green category. So it was, we started the year actually in yellow and we brought it down to green. So pretty good about that. So color correctors, I started the year January 2024 at 3 and I'm currently at 2. The goal is to stay at 2. I only own 2 color correctors at this time. You're gonna see a picture. I'm not sure if I'm probably not gonna repurchase the Cali Ray one, but I am gonna just naturally allow myself to reach for either or color corrector. But once that Cali Ray one goes, I will not be repurchasing it. I really love the Natasha Denona color corrector so much more, so I just don't feel the need to have both of them. But I am not necessarily trying to finish them per se. I'm just naturally gonna reach for both of them. But anyway, that was a green category at the beginning of the year. It's currently a green category. I'm actually at 2 right now. And in the mid-year check-in, I actually had 4 color correctors. I was able to finish 2, even though I did buy 1. So it all kind of worked out. For primer, I had 4 primers at the beginning of 2024. So it was a green category. It's still a green category. I'm currently at 3. My goal is to be at 1. I ended up getting a gift with purchase, and it was this like primer. This is gonna be gone in like the 1st or 2nd week of January of 2025. So I'm not too worried about it. And I have 1 more primer that I'm trying to finish. I'm going to add it into a project pan. I'm like thinking about it like if I can reach for it, but it's too far. But it's gonna be my intro for my 2025 project pan, which you should actually be seeing before this video, because I think this video is going up next Sunday, and I'm gonna post my project pan intro on Wednesday. So you should be seeing, I haven't filmed that one yet. You should be seeing what that looks like before this. So both of those primers should be gone within the first quarter, honestly, of 2025, because there's very little product left in both of them. So not worried about that. We should be bringing that down to 1 by literally quarter 1. So not worried about it. And then bronzer. Okay, so in 2024, I had 6. In 2025, I have 6 still. So my goal is to, I mean, they're both yellow. I'm trying to bring that down to a green category. My goal was to bring it down to 3. My goal is now to bring it down to 4. I ended up decluttering my Soul Body bronzer, but I did bring in the Patrick Ta bronzer. And then I did finish, it was like a little sample powder from Laura Mercier, which I was counting as a bronzer. So I did finish that. But what I am trying to finish next year is going to be my Persona Cosmetics bronzer in June. I'm not sure if I'm going to repurchase that or not, to be honest. And I am also trying to finish, what's it called? That powder from Ofra that I've been trying to finish for forever. This one. And I finally hit pan on it. So I feel like this is my chance to finish it. This is it. Like, this is the moment where I finish it. And I'm pretty confident I'm going to finish another one, which is my Rare Beauty. The reason why I'm not including that technically is because I know for a fact I will be repurchasing this one. Like I said, the Persona one, I don't know. As of right now, I don't think I'm going to repurchase that. So this number should go down to 4. Essentially, because I really would like to just have my Patrick Ta, my Milani, and Rare Beauty, and I'm set with those 3. Those are where I would like to be, but you know, we'll get there when we get there. At the mid-year check-in, I was at 7 though, so good progress, I guess, kind of. But I do feel confident that I'll be able to finish both of those products by the end of the year. For blush, okay, so January 2024, it was a red category at 36. My goal was to be at 35. I'm actually currently at 39. And my goal is to be at 30, so big jump there. Is my goal realistic? No, I'm aware of that. Okay, I know that. And the mid-year check-in, I was at 38. I ended up getting a Rare Beauty set, and it had 2 mini blushes, so I did increase my numbers by that. I did not finish my Project Pan blush. Well, I finished one, but not the other one. And yeah, so I am planning on trying to finish this liquid blush next year. I have very little product left. Like, the thing is, like, down here. There's very little product left. And I do have my Pan That Face palette, which is a blush palette. I'm hoping I can finish it by the end of this year. Realistically, it's probably gonna go into next year. That's okay though. My goal in my head though is still to try to finish that liquid one, which is 1, and then try to finish the palette, which is 7, right? So technically 8. And then I didn't like the number 31, so I just like 30. Fingers crossed. Let's hope, okay? Let's just hope. Is my number for this one super unrealistic? Yes, I am aware of that. I'm aware of that. It's okay. Let me fantasize. For powder, I was at a green category, and I know it says 3, but I think technically I was like at 6 at that time. I for whatever reason, I didn't write down my backups, but I did write my backups on this one, so January 2025, because I'm pretty confident I had these backups last year. So if you see my photo, you're gonna see those 2 powders. Would like to get this down to 2. To be honest, I want to finish both of the e.l.f. powders and then the current number 7 powder that I'm working on. So for the e.l.f. powder, the one that is already open that you would have seen on the photo, it is quite low. Like, this is all I have left, so this is gonna go pretty quickly. And then I usually take about 6 to 7 months to go through one of these. So as soon as I'm done with this one, I will open the next e.l.f. one, and then hopefully I will get it done by the end of the year. And then for the number 7 one, the one that's currently open, I actually just hit pan on it today. It's a tiny little baby pan, but I'll take pan however I take pan, you know, however it comes to me. I'm hoping to just finish this by the end of the year. I think that's doable. It is quite thin, you know, pretty much everywhere. And like I said, I feel like that pan is going to expand very quickly. But I've finished one of these before, and I know this one's just work. So if I can just finish this by the end of the year, I think I'll be where I want to be with my powders. But it's still a green category, no problem here. Technically here it says that you're checking to have 3 as well. Again, I'm pretty confident that was not accurate and that I was not including my backups. But I purchased 1 powder, which was my Lunar Beauty powder, which is in the photo. I finished 1, and like I said, I'm pretty close on finishing the other one. So I feel pretty good about these numbers, to be honest. Okay, for highlighter, I was at 17 at the beginning of the year. I am currently at 17 at the beginning of, well, technically it's the end. I'm filming this a couple of days early. My goal was to be 15. My goal is now to be at 15 as well. Technically, the major check-in I had 18, but I am going to be decluttering, and you're not going to see it in the photos. I'm going to be decluttering this highlighter here pretty quickly. I'm going to try to get just a couple more uses out of this one, but I'm going to, come January 1st, that one's gone and out the collection. So I didn't include it in the photos because I'm planning on getting rid of it already. I ended up decluttering 2 highlighters as well throughout, you know, earlier in the year. I know for a fact I'm going to be decluttering another one, and it's going to be one of these Fenty ones. It's not this one, it's the other one, because the other one is too dark. I've been saying this for months. I just haven't seen my friend Danny. And then the one time I did see her, I forgot to bring it with me. So, you know, so I am going to be decluttering that. I did finish 1 highlighter, which was my Becca highlighter, and I ended up purchasing those 2 from Fenty. I am planning on trying to finish 1 highlighter next year, which is going to be this one, and again from She Glam. I don't have too much. I think I'm like somewhere around right here. I don't have too much product, so I would like to finish this one and just kind of be gone with it. And so between the declutter and the other one, I should technically be at 15. Although mid-year check-in, I was at 18. How that happened, I don't know. But let's do 15. I think that's a realistic goal. And it's still going to be a right category, so it's fine. For a setting spray, I had 1 in 2024. I'm technically at 2, and I said technically because I have my backup. It's in the box. This is all I have left. I never want to be out of setting spray, so I bought it a little early. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be gone any day now. Like, give it like a couple weeks and it's going to be gone. So I'm not worried about that. That is not a concern, and it'll go back down to 1. My goal is to be at 1. No concerns there. Okay, and All right, let's go to eyeshadow. So I had 2 in 2024. I'm currently at 3, and then my goal is to be at 2. What happened was is that I had gotten a free gift with purchase from Sigma, and it came with this primer, and it's gonna be bubbly. I'm actually gonna try to pan this next year, and I'm gonna try to pan it next year. So hopefully it'll be gone, and then I'll be fine after that, you know. But mid-year check-in, I had 3, which is the, you know, I think I had my Milani one at the time. I finished Milani after the mid-year check-in, so technically I had 3 for a while there. But I purchased 1. Technically, I'm counting this as a purchase. I guess technically then I purchased 2 because I would have purchased the Rare Beauty one. Okay, never mind. I purchased 2. I finished 1, and then that's how we're at where we're at. But green category, not really too worried about it, and I'm just gonna try to finish the 1. For brow products, I started the year 1. I'm currently at 2. My goal is to be at 1. Again, what happened was I actually finished 2. I technically purchased 2, so I did purchase 1 because I wanted to try something different. I don't have it here, but it's gonna be the one from Persona Cosmetics. And then the Sephora gift with purchase, birthday gift was the Kosas Airbrow, which is what I'm currently using. I just opened it not too long ago, so you know, I'm not worried about it. I'm pretty sure I'll get through to both of them. If I like the Persona one, I'll probably keep repurchasing that. If not, I might just go back to ColourPop, to be honest, because it's worked for me and I've gone through many of those and it's just fine. But the Kosas one, I think it's just a little too, I don't know, it's a little too sticky. I don't quite like it, to be honest, and it is clear and it just feels funky on my eyebrows. I don't like it. Okay, so mascara, I had 4 at the beginning of last year, or this year technically, 2024, and my goal was to be at 1. I'm currently at 2. Technically I have 3, but I dispose of my mascaras every 4 months, and I am planning to discard this one in about 2 more days. I'm gonna discard this one from Rare Beauty, and then I'll be down to just the 2 that you see on the photo. So the one from Rare Beauty that you see there, I didn't have that before. That one's new. I ended up getting a set from a Rare Beauty eyeshadow stick, and it came with the mascara as well, which I love the mascara, so I was not mad about it. Mid-year check-in, I was at 3. I finished 3. Again, I'm counting the one that I technically haven't finished, but I will finish in 2 days. And then I purchased the one from Rare Beauty. I had bought the one from e.l.f. I bought that one last year. It's my first time trying a tubing formula, so I hope I like it. And then yeah, I bought it in the dark brown. I thought I'll give it a try. Although my hair is really dark brown to the point where it's almost black, but it's not black. It is brown. So I hope I like it. I'll be buying that. I will need to essentially buy 1 mascara around September time. So, you know, I'm excited about that though. I haven't bought a mascara in a little while. I might try something new. I might just go back to what I know. And I really like the Rare Beauty one, and I really like the ones from Essence. So I might do either of those. I'll be happy with either way. For eyeliner, I was at 6 at the beginning of the year, and I'm currently at 5. So I did break one. Well, not me. My sister broke one. She thought it was an eyeliner. Oh, she thought it was a brow pencil, but it was actually eyeliner, and it was already really fragile, and then she just destroyed it. And so there was no saving it. So I ended up buying a new shade from Persona Cosmetics in the similar color, because it was like a brown shade, and so I brought another brown just to replace that. And then I ended up finishing the black eyeliner from Urban Decay that took me forever. So I'm currently set. I have all the colors that I want. Technically one more, I don't want that copper one. I would rather have like a green shade. I would really want a green eyeliner, but I need to finish that copper one first before I finish it. I have all the other shades that I want and need. So there's a green category. It's gonna stay at 5. I'm just gonna naturally and organically reach for those. So I'm not trying to pan any of them. Mid-year check-in, I was at 4, but again, like I said, I bought that brown one. I finished one and I decluttered one as well, which is the one that, like I said, my sister broke. So again, green category, went from yellow to green. Happy about that. Single shadows. I was at 95 at the beginning of the year. My goal was to be at 90, but then at the same time, I allowed myself, not my smartest decision, to buy 5 shadows. Technically, I bought 5, but the thing is, I am counting the Patrick Ta Duo as 2 single shadows. in my inventory, because I'm not gonna count this as a palette because it's not a palette, it's 2 shadows. So I'm counting them as singles. So technically I got 6, but technically only purchased 5 items. And my goal is to be at 92. I am decluttering a couple of things. I did finish a couple of shadows as well that I did count towards that. But I did declutter one. I had left it somewhere over here, but I don't know where it went. But I'm decluttering one from Makeup Geek because it's been broken for forever. And I just decided to kind of finally let it go. But yeah, my mid-year check-in, I was at 94. I bought, like I said, those 2 from... what's it called? Patrick Ta, or maybe I finished some, I don't know. But I decluttered to purchase 6. My math is not mathing here, guys. I'm honestly not sure where these shadows went or what happened to them. I guess we'll find out at my empties, so know that I didn't keep track of that very well. Okay, so red category, still a red category. It's gonna stay a red category. It is what it is. Eyeshadow palettes, I was at 37 at the beginning of the year. And I said 37 loosely because I count this little miscellaneous palettes that I just picked from other palettes. I count this as 1 palette. So technically I had 36. And then I decluttered quite a bit of palettes, to be honest. I decluttered 5 palettes, but I purchased 7. I have one that's actually coming in the mail. It's supposed to arrive next week. It's supposed to arrive on Friday, January 3rd, which technically does not bring back no buy because I bought it before that. But I'm not going to be buying any eyeshadow palettes next year. I might get gifted some. As you guys know, I do accept gifts even in a no-buy, but I really don't think so. I'm at a point in my makeup collection where I do feel like I'm not craving any makeup. I want to use what I have. I do feel a bit overwhelmed with my collection, so I really want to take this no-buy and try to stick to the no-buy as much as possible and ask people to not buy me makeup. But we'll see. We'll see. We never know. Right? You never know. You never know what happens. But I'm currently at 38. My goal is to stay at 38. I'm not trying to pan anything. I'm not trying to finish anything. My goal technically for last year was to be at 30. That was unrealistic, as we now know, but that's okay. And the only palette that you don't see is the one from VC Art. That's not there. But yeah. Okay, so that's eyeshadow palettes. Green, red category, staying red. No changes there. And then for lip balm, I have 1 in January of 2024. I currently have 2, which you're gonna see the 2 over there. It's honestly a backup. I bought it because I hit jar a while ago, and that lip balm from Milani is honestly almost gone, and it's what I use every night to like rehydrate my lips, and I really like it because sometimes I go to sleep with like my lips are like falling apart, and then I wake up and they're completely rejuvenated. It works wonders. I really like it, and I would like to be a 1. I'm not worried about it. Like I said, I knew I was running out or coming really close to running out, and I just never want to be out of it. So no concerns. I purchased 1, finished 1, still a green category, no concerns. Lip liners. So I started the year at 9. I am currently at 10. My goal was to be at 6, so clearly something went wrong. And my goal is not to be at 8. I'm just trying to finish the 2 from ColourPop, and I think that I'll be fine with all of the other ones that I own. A lip liner is a category that I kind of got into it a bit more this year, and I've really been enjoying it. I need to spend more time being able to do my makeup to enjoy even more. My mid-year check-in, I was technically at 8. Like I said, I'm just trying to finish those 2 from ColourPop this year. I purchased 3. I decluttered 2, and I'm really glad I decluttered those. Well, one of them was a duplicate, that it was a free gift with purchase, and I just don't say no to free gifts with purchase, but I gave it to my sister and she loved it. And then the other one was way too light. It was the NYX one. My friend Katie took it, so we're fine there. It's a yellow category. It's gonna stay a yellow category. I'm not worried about it. It's fine. I just can't bring any more in. Lip gloss. So we were at 24 at the beginning of 2024, and this is one where I'm telling you I'm confident that that number, because some of those that were in the lip gloss category moved to the lip stain, so those numbers were not accurate. But I started at 24. I'm currently at 22. My goal was to be at 20. That's not quite what happened. And my mid-year check-in, I was actually at 24. So I wasn't really working on this at that time. I purchased 8. So a lot happened there. And I finished 4. Now, my goal for next year, catch yourself here, is to be at 14. Is this number high? Yes, it is. Can I finish, 8 lip glosses in a year? Yes, that is for me. That's very doable. I can go through lip glosses, tinted lip balms. I can run through those honestly really, really well. Even with lipsticks, I usually go through them quite a bit. Yeah. My goal is to be 14. It's a little high. I'm aware of that. Is it doable? Yes, it is. And I'm trying to finish 4 from Lara de Los Angeles. I'm trying to finish, was it 2 from NYX that I was trying to finish? And I can't remember the other ones that I was trying to finish, but there's quite a few that I'm trying to finish. I'm not too worried about those numbers, to be honest. We'll see in the mid-year check-in, because lip products is something that I'm really going to try to focus on. It's currently a red category. It was a red category. It's going to stay a red category most likely, but we'll know for sure at the mid-year check-in, see how many I've actually finished, and then we can go from there. Okay, for tinted balms, I was at 18 at the beginning of the year. My goal was to be at 15, and I'm currently at 20. So red category is still a red category, and my goal is to be at 10. My goal is to be at 10 by the end of the year. So hear me out. Hear me out on this one. Technically I was at 24 at the mid-year check-in. I purchased 11. I finished 4. But I can go through those tinted balms. So the just a tint from ColourPop, I'm almost done with one of them. And the way I use this just a tint ones is not necessary, except for the shade of A Go Go. All of the other ones are not quite the right shade for me. They don't quite look good. So what I'm doing is whenever I go on my morning run, or whenever I'm going on to like the grocery store, that's when I put them on. When I have like no makeup on, or if I'm going to the gas station, I'm just gonna tap it on real quickly before I head out. That's how I've been using them. So I would like to finish both of those that way, except for the shade A Go Go. And then I have the Well the People one that are kind of down below in the photo. I would like to finish those 2 as well the same way. If I can just finish those 4 that way all next year, I think I'm set. No concern with that. And then the other ones, I am actually going to try to use them as regular lip products. But most of those don't have a lot of product. They have less than 0.1. And I mean, I finished a gloss, like a 0.1 gloss of 0.1 ounces of product gloss in like a week. Not a week, sorry, like a month. And I finished some of those little mini ones, like 0.06, the 0.07s in like 2-3 weeks. So I know I can go through these. So yeah, that's my excuse to try to get a number that high, is that 4 of them I'm not going to actually use them, and the other ones I am actually going to try to finish. Is this maybe slightly unrealistic? Maybe, but again, I can go through lip products. We'll see. But it's currently a red category. Alright, bullet lipsticks. So I was at 14 at the beginning of the year. I am currently at 13. My goal was to be at 10. My goal is going to be at 10 again. So I finished 2 lipsticks. I decluttered 3 actually. One was the Ghosted, that was my project pan, and the other one was one I gave to my friend because it was too light for me. I gave it to my friend Katie again. And then the other one was What If from ColourPop. And I had a friend that was doing a kissing booth, and they were needing something that would like leave a mark on your cheek. And then so I lent them that product, and sure enough, it worked like a dream. And I did not want it back after that because it was just really gross. It's been going through a lot of people. I was like, you keep that, I'm good. And I just decluttered it. Like that was, in my opinion, afternoon well spent. So I'm not mad about it. But anyway, what I am trying to finish is, I'm actually pretty close on finishing one of those lipsticks already. I have this one's actually what I'm wearing right now. This is all I have left on this one. So this one's gonna be gone pretty early on into the next year. And then I'm gonna try to finish the other 2 ColourPop that are like this. And then I may try to go and finish one of those Charlotte Tilbury ones, the orangey shade, because I don't love that. And I have the Jason Wu that's actually kind of similar. So I think this is doable. For me to finish 3 bullet lipsticks next year, I think it's gonna be really doable, and especially because these ColourPop ones don't have too much product. They have about 0.07. So I do think I can go through those, and those actually pair up really well with lip glosses. So I feel good about it. Okay, lip stains. This is the new category for me. I have 8. And like I said, I bought some, I received some for Christmas and whatnot, but I'm not technically trying to pan any of them. And I say technically because the one from ColourPop, the red one, I would like to actually try to pan that because I feel like it's going bad. The color is changing a little bit. It doesn't smell bad, it doesn't look bad. Okay, so my battery had died and I thought I'd stop talking at liquid lipsticks, but I actually stopped talking at lip stains. So that's what we're gonna keep going. So like I said, on lip stains, just wrapping it up real quickly, I'm not actively trying to work on any next year. I'm just gonna try to use them organically. I think I am gonna try to do like a 10 uses for each of them, but outside from that, not much else. For liquid lipsticks, so I started January in 2024 with 10, so it's a yellow category, and I'm currently in a green category of 4. At the mid-year check-in, I had 8, and I ended up decluttering a bunch of them. I bought 1 and I decluttered like 5. The math's not adding up, to be honest. I probably decluttered more than that. It's just a lot of them went bad. All of my L'Oreal Los Angeles, for the most part, except for the 2 that you see in the photo, have gone bad. So that's kind of how that happened. But yeah, that's about it on liquid lipsticks. I'm not gonna try to pan any of them. If anything, I'm gonna try to get like 10 uses out of all of them. I don't know about the black one. The black one may not get 10 uses out of me. But the other ones, I'm gonna try to get about 10 uses out of all of them. And just kind of use them up. Just because I feel like those from L'Oreal Los Angeles, I probably have like 1 more year with them, but they might not, to be honest. They just go bad relatively quickly. But okay, and then we go to nail polish, and I have 33 nail polishes. I'm not trying to pan any of them per se, although there is the 2, they're like a strengthening coat, and then one of the cuticle oils. I have backups already because I'm running low on both of them, so I'm gonna try to just kind of finish through both of those. And then I also have the 4 that are not from Light Slacker. Those are from OPI and then Sinful Colors. I think one of them is a top coat. I am going to try to finish all 4 of those. And then obviously the ones that I'm already running out of. So if I can do that, I'm going to be at 27, and that's kind of where I want to be at for nail polish. I organically use a ton of them, so I'm not worried about it. I go through my nail polishes, so that's fine. Another new category for me is nail sets. So I have 33 nail sets. Somehow I have the same number of nail polishes and nail sets. I don't know, this is kind of what happens. Now, my goal is to be at 20. Now, this is the thing. Except for the ones that are from Olive and June. I think that's the way it's called. It might be June and Olive. Doesn't matter. All of the other ones are technically single use. You're only supposed to be using ones, but I feel like in my head, I should be able to use, like, get 2 uses out of them because they give you enough nails, right? So I might be able to get like another use out of them. But realistically, what I really need to do is just take the time to go through all of them, because except for the ones from the Harry Potter ones and 2 other ones from the Diosa brand, all of the other ones have already been used. So it's a matter of like, can I actually get another use out of them? And the thing about except not the horror ones, but the other ones, those only last a couple of days. So if I sacrifice not wearing nails, like nail polish, for a couple of weeks, I can run through most of those already. Because again, they don't have a lot of usage. So I think I'm gonna try to like somehow add it into like a project pan next year to try to go through those nail sets once a week, like once a month, except for when I'm in football season, because I can't wear fake nails when I'm in football season. So when that happens, when football season starts, I think I'm gonna try to do the horror ones, because I can actually do those, because those are like stickers on my real nails, and so I feel like I might be able to get away with the horror ones even during football season. Usually I stick to like only nail polish during football season, but we'll see. So I'm gonna include that into project pan, which I was gonna do my project pack intro honestly right after this, but I'm actually gonna just end up doing it tomorrow, because it got a lot later. I had to wait a couple hours for my battery to, like, you know, charge. So that's gonna be it for nail sets. So let's go back to this. So in January 2024, I had 303 products. Now take that with a grain of salt, because this obviously does not include my nail polishes, all of my nail stuff, because I'm not including any of my nail stuff. So if you take that away, that's 66 products that are just, we're not there, right? So if I take that away, that is 310. So technically my collection went up by 7 products actually. Wait, 6, 17, 6, yeah. It went up by 7 products. So overall, it was not that bad. It's just that I am including all of the nail stuff, which weren't there before. My goal was to be at 257. That did not happen. And now my new goal, if I were to meet all of the numbers that I want to be at, I would be at 304. I don't know. That seems really far-fetched, and that's including the nail stuff. If you take the nails out, you know, it would be significantly lower. It seems a little far-fetched, but I feel like the mid-year check-in is going to be a real indicator for us, is to see if any of this is actually like plausible. Just because, quite honestly, some of the things that I'm rooting for or that I'm trying to finish should be done in the first half of the year. Like, except like, yeah, a lot of it should be done in the first half of the year. So depending on how that goes, I think we'll have a better idea of how much we can actually get done. So there's that. Now, other things that I do like to keep track of, let's talk about it. So I have my total eyeshadow pans, and I say pans loosely because in my like cream eyeshadows, I include all of those in them. So I have a total of 584 eyeshadows right now. That's total pans. That includes everything on my actual palettes. Now, technically, I declutter my Give It To Me Straight palette. However, I still have those numbers in here, but the new palette that I'm getting, that I already know is coming, is also going to be a 12 pan, so I decided to just kind of leave the numbers there. So 584. I was at 579 at the beginning of the year. And, you know, technically, my eyeshadow collection only grew by 5 pans. My goal was to be at 500, which was completely unrealistic, and I knew that. You knew that, you know. And then, wait. I'm sorry, that was incorrect. I was completely messed up. Okay, yes. So the numbers that I just said was correct. I was at 579. I'm currently at 584. I just had them in different placing. My goal was 500. Completely unrealistic. We knew that was unrealistic. And yeah, that's just how that goes. And for eyeshadow percentage, let me see. Let me go back here. Technically, I have to take one out because I'm losing the one pan that I have in my... Okay, so after removing that one pan that I have in the Give It To Me Straight palette, I'm at 0.86, and the only response that I can give is myself is to Google, because that is pathetic. I was at 1.91 before before this started, and I actually went down to 0.86. My goal was to be at 5%. So, you know, not great. Not great at all. My goal for next year is to be at 5% again. I'm not necessarily trying to... I'm gonna try to reach my pan to be down to 580 because I think that's realistic. I'm trying to finish 1, 2, 3, 4 eyeshadows, like single shadows next year. So I think it's realistic for me to actually finish those. And since I shouldn't be bringing anything in, since again I'm gonna be my no-buy, that should be realistic, and my goal would be to be at 5%. Now, I do have my numbers from the mid-year check-in, so I was at 551 at the mid-year check-in, and that's because by that time I had decluttered a bunch of palettes and I hadn't bought the 2 Natasha Denona palettes yet, the golden and the nude. So I was actually in a pretty good spot, all things considered. And then I was actually at 2.18%. So my numbers had gone up percentage wise, but that's just not because I had any new pans. No. It's because I had less pans total, so the percentage just kind of went up because of that. So fun stuff. Okay, well, that's it. that's it for today's video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm excited for next year. I feel pretty good about my goals and I feel pretty good about going into a no-buy. And I'm feeling pretty good about all the project pans that I'm planning to do next year. I am trying to do some usage-only project pans, and I'm trying to do some categories where I'm just trying to rotate to my products, not necessarily trying to finish everything. But that being said, I am trying to finish way more product next year than I did this year. I have a lot of stuff that were kind of like halfway used this year, and I'm hoping with like new product coming in, I'll be able to do even more of like have used products. So I'm even debating going to a second year no buy, depending on how much product I've not finished this year, if that makes sense. But please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!